Hello and welcome to your quick stimulus check and stimulus package update where I'm going to give you everything you need to know on the latest regarding the stimulus bill, and I'm not going to put any filler or any BS or opinions or anything like that. So let's just jump into the latest on the stimulus. So President Biden, he has signaled that he's open to refining some elements on his $1.9 trillion stimulus deal. That's the deal that includes the $1,400 stimulus checks, the $400 unemployment boost, the $350 billion to state and local governments, increases to food stamps, to SNAP benefits, the increase to the minimum wage, a bunch of vaccine funding. There's a huge comprehensive bill. He says he's open to refining some elements here on the bill. But his main focus is on speed and getting the deal passed as quickly as possible and getting that relief out there. So he says he's willing to compromise on targeted checks, but not on the price tag. So the targeted checks that we're looking at right now, at least in the Republican proposal, that $600 billion proposal, that was the one that included the $1,000 checks. It doesn't include any state or local government funding. It doesn't include the minimum wage increases. But they were saying they wanted to send out $1,000 checks to individuals earning up to $50,000 per year, and that would scale down from $50,000. And then couples who earn up to $100,000 a year, and it would scale down quickly from there. We don't know how much exactly the limit would be for head of households, but you can imagine it'd be somewhere around $80,000 or $90,000 a year. And this would also include adult dependents, even on the Republican proposal. But Biden is saying he may be open to targeting the checks more to that $50,000/$100,000 marker, but he's not willing to lower the check size to $1,000. And basically he's saying this because he wants to make good on his $2,000 promise. If we think back just like a month ago, Biden was campaigning pretty heavily, especially with those Georgia runoff elections, to get the $2,000 stimulus checks. And he was saying we're going to do that immediately. Now, there's many people who say that immediately has already gone and passed, but I'm not here to comment on that. So he's saying he wants that $2,000 top up, which is the difference between the $600 check we received and bumping that up to $1,400. And then he's not willing to do $1,000, which I'm sure many of you are happy to hear, because I know when I first talked about the $1,000 checks, a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, next thing it's just going to be $600 again, and then $200, $100. So in talking about this, word on the Hill, anyways, was that he made an emotional case for delivering a stimulus bill, citing the massive increases in the last year or so in drug addictions and suicides, which are no doubt a huge problem. And I mean, I'm not sure how much a small payment is really going to do to fix that, but it's definitely not going to hurt that. But he made this emotional case to really showcase the need, in his opinion, for more and more stimulus. So Biden is open to reworking the bill, but says the $618 billion package size was never in the cards. That's just simply not enough relief, not enough funding, even though the current plan is to try and pass a bill now and then an even larger comprehensive infrastructure bill after that, like focus on transportation and on just other large infrastructure that could be as much as $5 trillion. But he's saying the $618 billion is not enough. It was never in the cards. Chuck Schumer also commented on this, citing Biden's desire for a big, bold, beautiful, juicy package. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. He's saying Biden's desire for a bold package is completely different than the proposal of that $600 billion package, and $600 billion is way too small in Chuck Schumer's opinion. From here, Democrats are taking kind of a two-track method. They're leaving the door open for Republicans to make proposals and potentially work with them a little bit to find more common ground. And I think in this case, common ground isn't, Democrats, Republicans. Common ground isn't here. Common ground is Democrats, Republicans maybe coming right here. Otherwise, they're going to go with their other option, which is that budget reconciliation bill. And they believe that they have enough support necessary to get this deal passed. It's not 100% certain, because there's still some concern with the more moderate Democrats like Joe Manchin, who had talked about how the stimulus checks weren't targeted enough, which we'll likely see them be more targeted now that we have Biden saying that he wants them more targeted, other moderates saying they want them more targeted. But he also wasn't a big fan of that $15 an hour minimum wage increase. We know that Kamala Harris did some interviews over in Manchin's state to help appeal to the voters of that state and kind of pressure Manchin to support a Democratic bill. We, of course, don't know for certain how that's going to sway him or whether it will at all. But overall, the line couldn't be any more fine as to the Democratic majority in the Senate, and they really need 100% support to get that budget reconciliation through. And many Republicans just aren't a big fan, not surprisingly, of this take it or leave it kind of approach where they're saying, yeah, we're willing to negotiate, but we're willing to negotiate on pretty far on our side here. McConnell has even said that Democrats are going to come to regret pushing a deal through, despite the fact that Republicans have pushed deals through on budget reconciliations in the past. So, I mean, you're both doing it, so you can't really say. But I think that is a legitimate concern that Democrats are worried that Republicans may be in power again in 2 or 4 years, and they may see even more past that they don't like in that situation, because a lot of these people are lifers as far as being lawmakers go, and they plan a long career having to work with the other side. So that's all we have for today. Like this video if you enjoyed it. You can use that link in my description for Webull for 2 free stocks if you so please. And yeah, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.